Hey guys, what's up? Glad to be back. Really happy to make this one. So we're gonna jump straight into it. And not gonna lie, I'm a little bit, I don't know, not tired, but not really out of it. But I feel like this is also when I really cook. So let's go with it. So I feel like I'm also talking about this because that 2025 is gonna be over in less than a month. I realize the importance of this and how much it can actually really help you guys, and something that I can really share that'll also help me a little bit too. So, for me, I think the biggest lesson I learned with procrastination and complacency is the time it actually steals from you. And the worst part about it is when you don't really, I guess I'll say it like this. When you don't really realize how bad it is when it's already too late. So for me, let's say I was thinking about this. It's 2025 towards the end of the year, and maybe I was thinking about how I spent 2023, 24, and whatnot, and how productive I was, or during the times I was complacent, or how much time I lost. But in the moment, you're like, oh, hey, this isn't that long, or I'll do it tomorrow or the next day, or this isn't that much time. I can do it on the weekend or whatnot. Okay, apologies, minor interruption there. So anyway, that in that moment, you're like, okay, I can do it on the weekend or the next day, and then the next day comes to Monday, then you have school the rest of the week, or maybe work, right? And that goes by very fast. And then let's say that week goes by, then the next week, and it's the end of the month, and you're like, oh shit, what did I do this month? And you didn't really start until it's almost over. So you wasted 2 or 3 weeks not really doing much, or if anything. And now throughout the video, we're going to talk about kind of how to get over that and kind of the other small steps I'll put into chapters. But for now, I just want to give you guys the intro and a little bit of from my experience. And then after that, we'll talk about like things to avoid and things to look out for and whatnot. So, all right. Anyway, so the biggest thing for me, and to be really honest about this journey, because I'm being completely honest with you guys, it's been very on and off, especially in the early stages. Because I started off really good. The channel actually, we had my first video was actually on a webcam I got from Walmart. It was only like $20 and it was so blurry and it was really bad. Then I ended up getting a GoPro, and then from so on. I don't recommend the GoPros. It's kind of 50-50, but I started with something. And as the years went on, I had like a peak where I made a video where basically I was thinking Hamza, and then I started making more self-improvement stuff. And it was really taking off to actually where I met some really good guys, and we actually built a Discord community, which was really fun. Some of the OGs are still here, bruh. And bro, like if there's a day where this really goes where it's supposed to, I'm not forgetting those day ones. And definitely there's gonna I think I have it written down, or actually no, we still actually have the Discord server saved and some of the people in there in the history, so I can always go back and look. So hopefully all those guys are doing okay. So anyways, long story short, I don't know why I'm itching so much for some reason, but long story short is throughout those years, I had a couple of not necessarily gap years, but kind of more of a put like this hot and cold, right? Some years it was pretty hot, another cold, or maybe 6 months in, it was, or I would say all throughout the year, 6 months of it was pretty good, and maybe the other 6 months was okay, and a few months were like nothing, right? And for me, going back and even thinking about it, or kind of revisiting some memories or something that maybe I wrote down in my journal, because I have so many journaled books actually. I might even get them. I'll show you guys. Why not? They're right here. Oh my goodness. Actually, hold up. They're not even all in here. Oh my goodness. When did I buy these? Oh, dude. Okay. So these are partially some of them. Some are not fully full, and there's some brand new ones. But these are some journals throughout the years. don't not have this one. My first one is somewhere. I actually think this is one of my first ones. And it was in 2022. And I came out with these. Oh, bro, I love these journals. This was it back in the day. That takes me back. So I have a bunch of those. And I got like 4 or 5 more in there. Some are new and empty. But... And I got my current one on the table here. But with that saying, going back, revisiting those, and kind of remembering all of that, I realized, I guess, certain things that maybe I've did or I've said, mistakes, actions, or maybe good and bad decisions I made, really put out to the outcome I have right now, or where I am at right now, right? So I'll give an example. We'll start with my YouTube channel and the success, because I think that is a good subject. Along with the other 100 things, I think this is the best prime example I can give you for now. I have many later I'll put, but dude, I don't know why the hell I'm itching so much. I think it's my sweater, bruh, that I'm wearing. Sorry. Oh my God. Okay, anyway. And so let's go with that. After the success, when I had a lot of subs coming in, a lot of support, people joining the Discord, we're getting a ton of views, and even my long-term videos were doing pretty well. And most successful ones were like friendships, relationships, and overall like on the mental side of things, I guess. And after a while, what I did was, and one of the biggest mistakes that I made was, not only when it came with procrastinating and becoming complacency, but also, I guess, being impatient too. And in some ways, that's really good to actually have that impatience. And in other situations, it's good to also be very patient. So I had the impatience of, I wanted more views, I wanted more followers, and I wasn't satisfied. And I kept, I guess, hoping and kind of expecting like a lot of followers and views and like all the money coming in so fast, right? But now, after I kind of like that, I guess, feeling or that delusion, I guess, died, I started to get complacent. Then I started to be procrastinating a lot more often than I was before. Then I started focusing less on the YouTube channel, the business, the success, the Discord. I actually had an e-commerce business that did pretty decent. So I kind of stopped focusing on that. And now years later, some of that kind of stuck with the complacency and the procrastination, is that to where it is today, I can only imagine if I kept the consistency now, I'm telling you, bro, we would have easily been over 10K subs. Easy. And I would have been making some sort of income through the channel. Because that was like 3 to 4 years ago. I'd say about 3 years ago now. No, to 23, I kind of started in late 22, but that's just crazy how fast the time goes by. So if I kept that going though, I'd be in a lot, maybe of a better place. But I also believe everything happens for a reason. And because now, when I started making the YouTubes, the TikToks, and bringing everything back, I'm actually still seeing some success on YouTube coming back to life. I was like, I can't believe it. Like, I am so lucky for this. And I wish, you can only say you wish you went back. You wish you could have done things differently. But now you kind of have to change that to like, you know what? Now I have to think of what really set me back and how I can change that and apply that to today's or every day's time. So now that you can really put in the hard work, and so all of that, I guess, let's say 5 years from now, you can be like, oh shit, I was actually really productive. Look where it put me. First, you can be like, oh man, I feel like I lost a whole year or maybe even 2 years of productivity, and I feel like I wasted 2 years of nothing. But for me, I believe everything happens for a reason, and you can always get some good out of the bad things, and you can always learn from that. So obviously, yes, you will have feelings of regret or kind of disappointment, but to really help with that, you can just look on the bright side of things and kind of reflect on it and see what you can really learn from that. But so there's one example there. And secondly, there's other things I could say with like overall fitness goals, or maybe your business, or what I did for business or fitness, and kind of where I'm at today. And this can apply for everything: relationships with your friends, your family, your partner, or if it's anything like I just said, business related, your own physical well being, mental, emotional, any of that. And so, procrastination, I will say it will kill you if you cannot defeat it, right? Because it's something that ends up where every day you're laying in bed and you're just saying, okay, I'll do this the next day or the day after that. And then nothing happens, and then nothing happens. The day goes by, you're not getting anything done. And then the weekends are like, okay, now I have more time, and then you don't do anything. Then the work week is back, and then you don't do anything. And what's even crazier than that is we could die at any day, at any time. Any of us could. And I think the biggest thing for me, I didn't used to fear death that much, but the reason why I fear it so much now is because I feel like I'm not where I'm at, and I haven't accomplished the goals or fully became the person that I wanted to be, before death. So I don't want to die. I guess people or someone are not really having, I know they say you shouldn't do things for others, which I understand, but to some extent you want to leave a path or a trail of your history. And for me, I don't want to leave the earth as nothing, as nobody. I want to be able to have at least someone understand me for who I am, or I guess what I truly thought or felt, or what I really feel, but I can't really put into words or explain to some people, that they can finally understand that. Because I'll be very honest with you, there's maybe one, two, maybe even three people that I actually really felt like I could really talk to and they understand me sometimes. But I can confidently say there's definitely 1 to 2 people that I really felt like they knew me and they understood me, and if I were to go, they would, I guess, have some sort of memory of me they can pass on, or I guess of my character or my deep spiritual way of thinking, whatever it is. And I hope to really get good at saying that, so I can kind of build that personality, so when this channel really gets big, I can kind of have that character where people think like, oh, this guy can really understand people, he really cares about people, and he's on a really deep level with stuff, or down to earth maybe, or just spiritually grounded. I really want that, and I really want to be genuine. So that's another thing too, is also after with the procrastination thing, when you kind of wake up from that, you are filled with so much regret and negativity, and that can be dangerous. So that's another thing that even I noticed a bit during times where you would just kind of be like, man, all the days went by, I already lost the time, and is it even worth doing any of it at all at this point? And you have to be very careful because, and I'll put this in another video, but just a very small thing, you have to be very careful what you consume, because if you're procrastinating, you're being complacent, that negativity affects you, and then you're overthinking, and then maybe you're consuming too much, let's say on the internet, then you get all these negative things like coming into your head and just destroying your mindset. And what I mean by things like that that you're consuming on the internet is, I'll give you a great example for me. I'll put this personal. I don't like to scroll too often, but generally my content is really good. I'm very glad most of my stuff is pretty productive or educational. But sometimes we get those weird like resets where it's random shit. And I hate seeing the negative stuff that is almost like it's intended to get to you, to try and make you give up, or to hate yourself, or to hate everyone, or just everything. Almost like it's intentionally trying to fill you with hatred and negativity. And some things are valid, but an example would be like, I would hate scrolling and then seeing some people with success. Like, I don't judge people who are successful, but when it's like, I guess, it's different success when it's like an OnlyFans chick. You know what I mean? Sure, she makes millions, but come on, Or when it's like just stupid, degenerate ass people or losers doing all these crazy dumb things, and they're getting millions of views, hundreds of likes, and thousands of likes, or maybe if it's you're on a TikTok video and it's some dumbass person with a stupid caption that literally makes no sense. It's got like millions of likes, and you're like, they didn't even try. And then you're over here trying to be like actually put your mind and your thought into it, and then I mean, I guess that's how it starts, right? That's how it starts. It starts off small, but down the road it ends up being really good. And maybe in the end you'll be remembered for something versus a lot of those other people, maybe not, or they're remembered for something more negative. But that's what I'm saying. There's so many negative things that go into this, that how it can really destroy your mindset. But we'll talk about consuming an internet and some really cool psychological stuff on a different video. But so to get to the point of this video, let's talk about kind of how to get over procrastination and complacency, and how to not let that absolutely kill you and your life. So, oh man, there's so many more things I want to talk about with that, like examples. But we'll keep this relatively short. So, for me, I think the best thing that really helps, and it's not really a beginner level, I'll say, but is if you really have the urge to kind of build yourself up. I'll give you an example here. So for me, let's say I work a job and the hours suck. Honestly, hate it. I get paid like shit, whatever. And I have to deal with a lot of, everybody does, but I deal with a lot of crappy, shitty coworkers that try and make my job and my life harder for no damn reason. But that's the point. This is where I'm getting at. So I don't really tell myself this, but it's kind of more I'm experiencing it, sorry. And throughout the work week, I have a schedule, routine, the gym, and then on the weekends, this is my time. So after when I come home from work, I might be like, man, I hate my job, or man, I hate this, or I just want to make it. I just want to be able to make money online or be successful or accomplish what I truly dream of, so I can not have to live this kind of lifestyle anymore. I can escape this false reality and I can live how I really want. I can travel the world, be successful, and accomplish all of my dreams and goals, right? So that's one part of it. I let that build up. It's almost like anger, but you kind of feel it in the right way for like motivation or discipline, if that kind of makes sense. And it's not something I think about all the time. And I try not to be sound like a kid about it. Obviously, you can come at it at a very mature way, whether if it's like stoic or philosophical, if you can even kind of put those two things together. But then when you do that, you kind of have this thing like, oh, man, like I can't wait to get out of this. I can't wait to go home and actually get these things done so I can get closer by the day to escape this lifestyle that I hate, or I want to escape this anything, whatever it is you're trying to get away from. And people will always hate on that. Oh, that's the wrong thing. You're thinking the wrong way. But bro, 9 to 5s aren't for everybody, because I think about it. All the people that are giving me a hard time, it's like they're stuck there. They've been stuck there forever. It's like bro, if you want to be successful, let's say you work at freaking Burger King. You want to be successful, and then you have all the old 40, 50-year-old boomers or whatever, they're later all hating on you because you want to be successful and do something different. Bro, look at where they're at. Not to be hateful, but dude, they're stuck at fast food. They're retiring at a fast food job. It's like, bro, come on. They're just miserable people who want to put you down. And you don't want to be around that anymore, because it just drags you down to where they're at, because you don't want to end up like them, being miserable, being stuck with more miserable people at a miserable job. Oh my God, it's so weird to say so much. With dealing with, I'll say it again, miserable customers. I worked fast food, I worked grocery stores, manufacturing. I'll tell you, customer service and fast food is the worst. It sucks. Luckily, I was at Panda Express, so it was a lot better than most fast food places, but still, same thing. So anyway, build that up and try and put it towards good energy, so you can really build, I guess, a drive or motivation to crush whatever it is you want to do, whether when you have the free time, maybe it's your weekdays or weekends. So that's just one way and one example. And another thing is, it's kind of the same thing. I don't get angry. I don't have anger issues, but some things really can irritate me, and it's weird. I'm usually pretty chill and quiet, but if something really upsets me, like when I get upset, I'm upset. But you'll know when I'm upset. But it's kind of hard to get me upset. We'll see. But it's kind of that same thing. You use that and you kind of put it towards what you really want. Okay? So, and I think something that also helps too, I will do this. I know that second one was short, but another thing that helps, because a lot of this is time based. It's all about time. This is all what anything is. All this, for me at least, for the money, is just to buy the time. Because money buys a lot of other really great things, but for me, most importantly, is the time it buys you. And to help with the procrastination and complacency, try to use your time efficiently. Let me tell you, bro, when you're super productive, sometimes the time goes by fast, but also goes by kind of slow, but you feel like you're getting a lot done. Versus where you're just scrolling, doom scrolling in your bed, eating junk food, it's like it goes by super fast. Then that's why you don't feel like you have enough. So you do it again in the next day and the next day, right? But for me, to snap out of it, whether if you're catching yourself scrolling or just laying around doing nothing, or if you're just kind of going day by day, just take a minute and stop. Like, put the phone down for a second, go somewhere where you can kind of reset, I guess, and that can really help you. And then just take some time to critically think about, I guess, where you're at right now and where you want to be, and to kind of get back on track. Because when you get back on track, it actually is very helpful. Because, for example, it might be really hard to get going in the gym at first, but then when you start going, it becomes more of a habit, and then you're like, oh, this is easy, this is nothing. So there's that. But I like to do some things like sometimes reading or journaling, or even something to kind of start the day productive, and then it gets me on the next thing, so I don't end up just not doing anything all day. But then, sometimes we have to have balance, and I understand everyone has different lives. So one weekend you might have no plans, and the next weekend your family might last minute plan something unexpected, so you're full for the whole weekend. Then maybe you only have a Sunday, then you feel like, oh, I didn't get anything done all week or weekend, now I have to do everything today. Then it feels overwhelming, and then you're kind of like, dang, bro, like, I don't even want to do it. So there's that. And I would say, let me really think here for a sec. I think it's pretty simple when you don't think about it too much, but when you just critically think about it. Just think about this to summarize this video, okay? And this will be for everybody, beginners or whatever it is. When it comes to the procrastination and complacency or laziness, whichever, think of, okay, am what I'm doing right now going to get me where I want to be in the next month, few months, 6 months, year, couple years? And then if it doesn't, be like, you know what, I don't need to do this anymore, or I need to cut back on doing this certain thing that's taking my time or dragging me down to doing absolutely nothing, so where I'm making no progression. Secondly, I would say once you kind of figure that out, you'd be like, okay, set a schedule or a routine. So those of you guys have jobs, I understand, and I do as well, and I'm trying to get the fuck out of there. But try and make the best schedule you can, and try and squeeze in as much free time as you can to obviously like get some things done, but also to have a balance where you don't feel like you're constantly just burning yourself out, where you have no energy at the end of the day to do anything, or the work isn't as productive. And then for the third thing, overall, to keep it very simple, is just don't give up, because giving up is part of that complacency. It is giving up, because you're missing 100% of the shots you're not taking. So I really want to tell you guys, like, from learning a lot of things the hard way and being able also to, and it's weird, I got a really good mix of everything. I got to learn from others, or from experience, whatever. I literally got to make a mix of everything, okay? some things I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, and some things I'm very grateful to have. I've learned a lot of things in these past couple of years, especially 2025. Holy crap. And I will not stress this enough. Looking back at all the years, I regret so much not working more and doing more stuff and working harder and making certain decisions that could have changed the outcome today. But luckily, I'm still pretty young, so I still have plenty of time. But that doesn't mean like you can keep waiting and pushing it back. Like you have to put in the work and you have to surround yourself with good people. So I don't stress it enough. Put your time into things you enjoy, because time enjoyed isn't time wasted. But also realize what's productive and what's not. Family time's different because it's an essential, and family time's very important. So, but other than that, if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. I know I'm kind of ending it short here, but I mean, it is 25 minutes, but we'll make more videos like these. And it is Sunday, so I got work tomorrow. I got to wake up at 3. I hate it, but it's kind of like, you know what? I can't wait till I can actually wake up on my own schedule and shoot videos whenever, and you know, have a normal life schedule, a normal life, I guess. Well, normal life can be very different now, but I guess the kind of life I want and most people want who are kind of on this path is not considered normal, because a lot of people like to live like a 9-to-5 slave. Just saying. But so let me know, you guys, and I like this one. I hope it really turns out how I hoped. And sometimes I feel like I make really good videos when I'm talking, and then when I hear it after, I feel like it doesn't sound too good. But, you know, just post it and we'll see. And you get some shorts. So I really liked this one. I really want to keep it. So I hope we got some lessons in there. I was thinking about adding the chapters. I know I said that in the beginning, but I kind of scattered it throughout. So we'll see. Maybe I'll add it down the road. But I hope you guys liked it. So I guess I'll end it there. I'm going to make a couple more videos tonight because I need to. The more content I make, the more this gets out there. And it kind of gives me hope that this is all even worth it. You know? Because other than that, I'll be very honest with you guys. The past couple months, mainly this month and a little bit of last month, I've been pretty like, I don't know if the word would be nihilist or nihilistic, or I think pessimistic is something else, but I'd say just, I don't like using the phrase, but black-pilled, I guess. Just been a little more of that quite recently, which is pretty unusual for me. So a lot of stuff's been happening, and I don't know, but I really want to get out of this. I hate it. I'm getting really sick and tired of all the BS. I understand it's part of life, but there's things that shouldn't be a certain way. And listen, I hate, boomers always do this. Don't let any stupid motherfucker tell you that bullshit where they're like, oh, well, that's life, deal with it, or, you know, that's how it is, and, oh, it's not always that way, or it's not gonna work out, or, bro, I hate it so much when they do that. Oh, how do you make money online? So are you making money yet? Or when are your videos gonna start making money? It's like, bro, it's like they won't lay off. Like, they don't understand how any of it works. Their life was very different because one person could work and feed a whole family of 5, have a paid off house, a paid off car, go on vacations. Bro, you can't survive with shit anymore here, bro. I'm not trying to say I'm ungrateful, but the system is so messed up. Everybody knows it. So yeah, don't let anybody tell you that it's stupid or it's dumb, it's not gonna work out, or don't let them tell you that it's not what it really is, or that's just how it works. That's how life works. Your life's gonna suck and it's be miserable, and you're not gonna do anything great in your life. Nah, bro, screw those people. Just remove them from your life. So, all right, I think that wraps it up. Hope you guys liked it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.